Hey everybody, how's everything going? Listen, we're back on this Tuesday. We are back on this Tuesday, and I am so excited for what we are getting ready to do today. And so there's a couple of things that I want to do to make sure that we're off to a great start. First and foremost, if you can do me a favor and go ahead and hit share, go ahead and hit like. The reason for that is when you hit share, when you hit like, it allows us to connect with all of your family. It allows us to connect with all of your friends. To be honest with you, there's some people that follow you that don't follow Crown. There's some people that follow you that does not follow Crown. And we would love to add value to their lives as well. So if you could just do us that favor right now and just go ahead and hit share and like in the platform. If you're on YouTube, however, go ahead and hit share and send a text message to your family and your friends. And that would allow us to be able to directly connect with them. That'll allow us to directly, reach out to them in everything that they are actually doing. So I'm gonna give you a moment. And if you're on any of the platform, go ahead and hit like, go ahead and hit share. So we're gonna go ahead and give you guys a moment to actually do that while we just connect and prepare to connect with all of your families, all of your friends, and do that. I'm excited for what we're actually going to cover today. Want to talk about a subject titled "What's Love Got to Do with It?" What's love got to do with it? Yep. What's love got to do with it? So make sure you are tuned in for that. But go ahead and hit like, go ahead and hit share. Let all your family, let all your friends know that Crown's on. And at the same time, the thing about this platform is if you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to be able to cover, all you got to do is just send us a direct message and I'll check it. There's certain things like if you go ahead and hit a comment, I'll go ahead and respond if I can. If we can't, or if you're seeing this broadcast at a different and a later time, all you got to do is just go ahead and send us a direct message, DM us, and we will answer your questions. Whatever questions we get, we'll do that. This portion, this time is really to add value more than anything to everything that you're doing as you're going through your life. This midweek component is really there to really add value to you. Now, what I want to do is on this day of love, I want to focus on 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 4 through 7. It's popular. Some people are familiar with it, but I want to go ahead and touch on it real quick. And it says this: love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous, love is not jealous, love is not boastful or proud or rude. So love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never fails. Love never fails. All right. So here in this verse, we see that love never gives up. Love never loses faith. It is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. So my question today is, what's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? A lot of times, the quality of our relationship, what we have to understand is when we are thinking about love, a lot of times we think about love in different contexts. First and foremost, let me go ahead and put this out there. Love is not an emotion. Now, it is something that we express, but love is not an emotion. As a matter of fact, love is a choice. Love is a choice. Love is not an emotion. And today there's a whole lot of love in the air. And listen, it may look and feel emotional, but it is not an emotion. Love is a choice. As a matter of fact, love is a law. Love really is a law, which means which means life through love is different and than life through hate. When we live our life through the lens and the law of love, where we love one another, where we love our neighbors, love those that are close to us, love those who despitefully use you. When we live life through the law of love, life is better. Life is different through the law of love than living through or living a life of hate. So that is extremely important. But what I want to do is this. I want to lay down some foundational things and then we'll be done. But a couple of things. When we're talking about relationships, what we have to understand is that the quality of your intrapersonal relationship will determine the quality of your interpersonal relationships. I'm going to say that again. The quality of your intrapersonal relationship will determine the quality of your interpersonal relationship. That is extremely important. The quality of your intrapersonal relationship will determine the quality of your interpersonal relationship. So what am I saying? The quality of the relationship that you have with yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you take care of yourself, will determine the kind of relationship that you have with other people. And the reason that's important is your relationship with yourself will drive your relationship with other people. And so the foundation of loving others is loving yourself. The foundation of loving others is loving yourself, because we live in this world where we interact with people, we intersect people, and we cross paths with people. And really, we kind of project on people based on how we feel about ourselves. We kind of project on people because at the end of the day, when you strip it all down to the core, we're all similar. We're all the same. We're all humans. We're all created in the image of God, and we live in this fallen world. And so when it comes to loving other people, based on the love that we have for ourselves is a direct reflection of the love that we'll be able to pass on to people. Watch this now. If you like yourself, if you respect yourself, and you value yourself, you in turn make yourself an asset. Because see, an asset are things that appreciate and value, things that we cherish, things that we take care of. So if you like yourself, if something is valuable to you, if something is valuable for you, right? You will take care of it. You will treat it different. You will make sure that it's not neglected, right? That's how we take care of assets. When you like something and respect something, you take care of it. So it adds value. At the same time, when you don't love yourself or don't respect yourself or don't value yourself, you essentially make yourself a deficit. It's a deficit. When you don't love yourself and don't care about yourself and you don't value yourself, you in essence will be a deficit. So why is that important? Because at the end of the day, when we love ourselves and we respect ourselves and we value ourselves, whenever we meet people and we interact with people and we connect with people, we're essentially connecting. They are connecting with an asset. Somebody go ahead and type in the chat wherever you are, I'm valuable. I am valuable. You need to understand that you are valuable. You take care of yourself. You're not into no foolishness, whatever it is, however you operate, you take care of yourself. So that is an asset. So when someone connects with you, listen, they should be blessed that they connect with you, because you're not going to do them wrong. You're going to honor them. You're going to be generous with them. You're going to take care of them. You're going to do right by them. That is an asset. At the same time, when we don't love ourselves, when we don't value ourselves, and we connect with other people, we are bringing a deficit into their life. Yeah, I had to drink on that one. A lot of times we do people a disservice when we know we jacked up. We know we got faulty character. We know we're not going to do right by them. We're not going to be honest with them. And yet we still integrate ourselves in their lives, we are doing them a disservice. We are doing them a disservice. And so that is extremely important to understand in relationships, that we want to make sure that we are adding value and not taking away value. So marriages at the same time, relationships at the same time, is not the solution. Marriage is not a solution for being alone. Marriage is not the solution for being alone. And around this time, I know a lot of people are sensing the loneliness. They wish they had somebody. At the same time, I'll be honest with you. A lot of relationships may end after today. I'm just, sometimes it just is a build up for this special day and this special moment. You got someone, you got your gift, and you feel good about it, and now you cut them loose. Don't do that. Don't be that person that is a deficit. You just was connected to someone just to get a chocolate or gifts or something like that, and then now the feeling is over, and now you're moving on. Don't do that. Don't be that person. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to relationship, marriage is not there to solve the alone problem, because what I've learned is you can be married, and I've seen this in reality. Someone could be married and still be alone. It's like two ships passing in the night. I mean, the person's there physically, but emotionally there's a disconnect. Psychologically there's a disconnect. And so you could be physically married and still be emotionally alone. And at the same time, someone could be unmarried and not alone. Someone can be unmarried and not alone, where they are complete in who they are. I want you to write this down, put a note of it somewhere. The goal is to be whole. The goal is to be whole. The goal is to be whole before getting into something serious with someone else. That's the goal. The goal is to be whole before getting into something serious with someone else. Listen, God uses people to help us build. God uses people to help us heal in life. He uses people. He sends people, and there's people along the way that help us heal, that help us build, that help us get past traumas, circumstances, situations, setback, loss, you name it. God allows people and uses people to help us in those situations and circumstances. But hear me, God does not heal us or build us with people. Now, that's a big difference. God uses people to help us heal and help us build, but God does not use people to heal us. He don't heal us with people. He doesn't build us with people. He uses people to help us build. Why is that important? The reason that's important is because if we build our lives based on a person or based on an individual, the minute they leave our lives, guess what? We're broken again. We're broken again. And so he doesn't do that. He uses people and they come alongside us and build. I want you to write this down. Make sure that the people that are in your life, hear me, make sure that the people that are in your life are part of the building equipment and not part of the actual building. Ooh, okay. I'm going to say that again. Make sure the people that are in your life are part of the building equipment. They're there to build, help you build the building, but they're not the actual building. Yeah. Too many times in life, we base our happiness on people. We base our joy on people. If this person's in my life, then I'll be happy. If I had this person, then I'll be happy. And that is a recipe for disaster. And we have to make sure we don't fall for that trap. All right. Now, most relationships fail because it's built on the wrong kind of love. Most relationships fail because it's built on the wrong kind of love. And so what I want to do today is, with the time that I have, I want to briefly discuss, there's 4 types of love. There's 4 types of love on this love day. There's 4 types of love when we focus on love, right? So when somebody say, I love you, listen, the title of this is What's Love Got to Do with It? Do me a favor, go ahead and hit share, go ahead and hit like, go ahead and send this to someone that you want to really grasp this concept of what love is. Because when I look at society, I don't really see the full demonstration. I don't know if we're really exercising love properly based on what it really is. I think there's so many different definitions of love. We're pulling in different lanes in different directions. So what I want to do is I want to give you these 4 types of love. The first one is philia. Philia, right? That's that brotherly love. That's where we get the word Philadelphia from. Our condolences, my condolences. That's where we get Philadelphia from. Philia, right? The other one, and that's that brotherly friendship kind of love. We're going to go back in depth into them real quick. The second one is stergo, stergo, S-T-E-R-G-O, stergo love. And that love is a common love, right? It's mutual. This is the love that you have for community and family. That's stergo love. And then you have number 3, eros, E-R-O-S, eros love. That's where we get the term erotic. That's a conditional type of love. It's fleshly, it's conditional. And then the last one is agape love. That's unconditional, divine, selfless love. Now, with the first one, with philia, it's mutual love, right? It's usually philia love. When somebody say, I love you, you got to gauge what that love means. Because if it's philia love, that's love that is, it varies between, it's loyalty between friends. It's loyalty that you have to a friend. It's specifically brotherly love. It ties in community. It requests virtue, equality, and familiarity. So because I'm familiar with you, because I know you, I love you. That's philia love. I know you, I love you. I don't know you, I don't love you. So there's some people that says, well, I love you. Well, that's because they probably know you, but do they really love you? Do they love the essence of who you are as a person, or do they love who they think you are to them? That's extremely important. Sometimes you may have to go a little bit deeper and ask, well, why do you love me? So philia love, for those that are operating in philia love, it's more so because of familiarity. Brotherly love. That's philia love. Then there is stergo love. This is the love of community and family. It's a mutual and instinctual affection that you have for another. This is the type of love that you have more so towards a parent and vice versa. So that's that internal family love. So it's beyond just familiar because I know you, but it's deeper. It's a family bond. It's a family love, right? This love also, because we have a bond, right? Stergo, because we have a bond, I love you, right? So philia is because I know you, I love you. But stergo is because there's a bond between us, I love you. This is also the love that sports fans have for one another. Here's the interesting thing. I thought about this. We can be in the stands, or you can be in the stands, or two people could be in the stands that away from that sporting event, they probably wouldn't communicate or interact. There may even be racial tension between those individuals away from the stands. But if you put them in the same stands and put the same jersey on them of the team that they're cheering on in the field, there is a bond between them. And for that moment or during the competition, they love each other. But away from the moment, they probably be mortal enemies. So stergo is, there is a bond between us. There's something that we mutually connects us. And for that reason, I love you. Which means if you remove that connection, the love goes away. There's some people, the love is only relegated to the city that you're in. Because we're in the same city together, I love you. Because we go to the same church, I love you. But the minute that person leaves the church, the love stops. Or the minute they leave the job, the love stops. The minute they leave the area, the love stops. So it's the bond we share. That's why I love you. That's stergo. Then there is eros. Now, most people would relegate eros to just erotic love, right? It's the love that the sexual passions come from. That's the eros love, right? At the same time, it means intimate love. The terms erotic comes from eros. Watch this now. And the basic idea for eros is not just sex for eros love, even though sexual passions come from eros love. The basic premise of eros love is self satisfaction. Mm-hmm. Self satisfaction. Eros love is self serving, and it is a conditional love. And a lot of people operate in eros love. I love you because you provide a means for me to be satisfied. So that's why I love you. You have something I want. And once I get it, once I satisfy myself, the love ceases. So I'm going to keep the love on for you and towards you until I get what I want. Or as long as I keep getting what I want, I love you. But the minute that I don't get what I want anymore, I don't love you. So it's self-satisfying. A lot of people, people connect with individuals because there's a perception about them, and I like the perception about them, and the perception about them makes me look good. So it's self-satisfying. So keep making that money, keep looking the way you do, and having the shape and everything like that, because it satisfies me. It feeds my ego, it feeds into my vanity. But the minute you stop working or stop earning what you used to earn, or stop looking the way you used to look, and it no longer satisfies me anymore, I need to switch. I need to leave. I need to move out. Yeah, that's eros love. It's a conditional love. It's a self-satisfying love, and dare I say, it's a selfish form of love. That's eros love. It's directed towards another, but it has self in mind. It only involves somebody else as a means to an end to get what it wants. So eros love is what a lot of people, unfortunately, have been the victim of. I thought they loved me. I thought they cared about me. Why would they do me like that? Because it was eros love. It was a conditional love. And hear me. There are some people that knows that the love that they're receiving is conditional, so they manipulate the conditions. So that's the flip side. You got to be careful that someone could be pursuing someone because, okay, I know what I'm going to get out of it. And that person perceived that you're pursuing them based on conditions, and they manipulate the conditions so they could keep manipulating you. So be careful not to approach or engage in eros love, because it's just self-satisfying. But at the same time, within that space is also room for manipulation too. So keep that in mind as well. There's manipulation that can also take place in eros love. And then, of course, the last one is agape love. Agape love is selfless love. It is charity. It is unconditional love. Listen, this love keeps loving even when the loved one is unresponsive, unkind, and unlovable. Agape love. Listen, let me know if you are in the chats. Go ahead and hit like. Go ahead and hit heart. Listen, agape love is this. It keeps on loving even though it is not getting love in return. It keeps on loving. It keeps on loving even though the one being loved is unkind. It keeps on loving. Agape love keeps on loving even though the person you are loving is unlovable. So watch, they are unresponsive, they are unkind, and they are unlovable. Hear me. Keep loving even though you don't get a response back. You keep loving. Love never fails. Love conquers all. You keep loving. You keep loving. even though you don't get a response. You keep loving even though they are unkind in their response. You keep loving. You keep loving even though they may be unlovable. You keep loving. Agape keeps on loving, and even though they may be unworthy of the love. Agape love, that's unconditional love. When I look at that, that's God's love towards us. While we were yet sinners, Christ died. We were enemies of God, and God still loved us with an everlasting love. God still extended mercy and grace towards us, even when we were unresponsive, unkind, unlovable, unworthy. God still loves us. And this is why we have to be careful how we interact with people, because God loved us when we were unlovable. How dare we not love others because they did us wrong? Still love them, still care about them, still cherish them. Listen, this is my definition of love. Agape love is to anticipate the need of another and then proceed to meet that need without solicitation or recompense. That's my definition of agape love. To anticipate the need of another and then proceed to go meet that need without any solicitation. They don't even ask for it. You go meet the need. And without recompense. I don't need no recognition for it. I did it because I love you. That's agape love. Watch this now. Only agape love comes with no expectations or preconditions. Only agape love. Only agape love comes with no expectations or preconditions. Only agape love. Listen, agape love is not in the world. It's not in the world. Agape love is in the believer, those that have the Spirit of God in them, those that have been redeemed by the finished work of Jesus Christ. The Spirit of God is the one that brings this ability to love. Listen, we don't know how to love. God has to teach us how to love. And it is only from God that we truly learn what love really is. And agape is not in the world. The world, that is eros, that is philia, that is stergo, that is conditional, mutual, familiar love. That is not agape love. The minute you stop adding or being valuable to the world, you are discarded. That's not love. Agape love is in the believer that has the Spirit of God to continue to love. The ability to continue to love is not something we have on our own. That comes by way of the Holy Spirit. At the same time, only agape love makes permanent relationships possible. Only agape love makes permanent relationships possible. So if we're going to build relationships, make sure you build it on agape love. And hear me. When you build a relationship, time, trials, situations, circumstances will test the relationships. Time, trials, situations, circumstances, temptation, all of that will test it. If it's philia, it's going to fail. If it's stergo, it's going to fail. If it's eros, it's going to fail. Only agape love makes permanent relationships possible. So if you're going to get into a relationship, whether it be a friendship or a marriage between a man and a woman, make sure it's built on agape love. So the next time somebody says to you, I love you, ask them, what do you mean? What do you mean? And then, why do you love me? That's extremely important. So this is what I wanted to cover today. Listen, I want to thank you. I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate you tuning in, even in this moment. I appreciate you tuning in. Now, what I want you to do is, one of the things is we stepped out by faith to continue to broadcast to you. We took a leap of faith to make sure that the media side is reaching out and connecting. And all of that is only possible by your generosity. One of our core values as a ministry is generosity as our lifestyle. And we recognize that it is the generosity of the people of God, not just in Crown, but also the people of God in the world, that has really allowed and helped us be able to expand or even reach out to you. So listed on your screens are several ways that if it is in your heart to support it is in your heart to give and continue to help propel this movement, this ministry, this vision of transforming followers into leaders forward, you can do so because it's listed on your screen. Family, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking time out to just, be a part of this broadcast. Once again, even after this broadcast is completed, I want you to go ahead and even after this broadcast is completed, I want you to go ahead and share it with someone that is probably want a little bit deeper dive into the subject of love. Send it to a family, send it to a friend. Allow us or help us connect with those that you care about, those that you love, that we may not know or we may not ever cross paths with. But through you sharing this broadcast, you allow us to add value to their lives. All right, be blessed. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Until then, have a great day. Good night.